What is up, guys? EJ here, aka Puckbond007, and welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100, this great collaboration channel on YouTube that I'm proud to be a part of. So this week is Liam Neeson week. Liam Neeson has been around a long time. Very good actor. He's actually been working since the late 70s. And of course, he's kind of become a caricature of himself with his recent string of action films, most notably the Taken franchise, but films like Unknown and Non-Stop, A Walk Among the Tombstones. But he's a very diverse actor, not just an action star. First film I probably really remember him from is Darkman from 1990, Sam Raimi's Darkman, a film I actually don't have in my collection, but I probably should. It kind of freaked me out, that film, when I first saw it as a kid, what happens to his face at the beginning of the movie, but it's a cool film from what I remember. Then of course he went on to star in Schindler's List, Rob Roy, which I'm a huge fan of, love that movie. He was in the 1998 version of Les Miserables. Of course he starred as Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. He was in K-19, The Widowmaker, really underrated submarine film that I like a lot. He was in Kinsey, which is a very good movie. He was the voice of Aslan, the lion, in the Chronicles of Narnia films. He was in Chloe, a great movie with Amanda Seyfried and Julianne Moore. He was Hannibal, of course, in the A-Team. I'm kind of surprised looking back at it now that the A-Team haven't made more A-Team films, because the A-Team movie was really a lot of fun and I thought it was a cool movie. This seems like the type of film was tailor-made for sequels. And then of course we have the Taken franchise, like I mentioned earlier. But the film I'm going to talk about today came out in 2006, and that is Seraphim Falls. Directed by David Von Ancken, and the film stars Pierce Brosnan and Liam Neeson. The film is set in 1868, 3 years after the Civil War, and the film opens up with Pierce Brosnan in the Ruby Mountains, I think in Nevada. I think the film's set in Nevada. But he's in the snowy terrain, just camped out by a fire by himself, and all we see is him get shot in the shoulder. So he starts running, he flees his little campsite, and 5 men come up on the campsite, and we discover that 5 men are basically tracking Pierce Brosnan, and the 5 men are led by Liam Neeson, who plays Carver, who used to be a colonel in the Civil War for the South. The film is a Western, obviously, and it's actually, just looking back at it, I just watched The Revenant last week, and it's very similar to The Revenant in many scenes. It's Pierce Brosnan basically on the run from these 5 guys. He's sort of a legend, an outlaw, if you like, and he finds a way to sort of pick them off one by one as they track him. But of course Liam Neeson manages to survive. They catch up with each other a couple of times. Probably my favorite moment in the film is when Pierce Brosnan's horse dies, and he basically cuts it open and hides in it, and then by this time there's only 2 guys left following him, Liam Neeson and somebody else, and he jumps out of the dead horse and surprises them and grabs the guy by the back of the throat, basically. That's a really cool moment, and there's a couple of really good fight scenes between Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan. It's a revenge story. For most of the film, we don't really know why Liam Neeson is trying to capture and kill Pierce Brosnan. It has something to do with what happened at the end of the Civil War. Pierce Brosnan was a captain with the Union Army, but there's flashbacks towards the middle of the film that sort of show us what happened earlier with Liam Neeson's family, and that's why he's after Pierce Brosnan. yeah, it's a great looking film. Lots of great scenery. I especially like the end of the film, where we run into Anjelica Huston's character, who may or may not be a sort of mirage, because it takes place on this flat desert part of the terrain, and it's the kind of place where you would hallucinate that you're seeing a vision. But Anjelica Huston plays Madame Louise, and she's selling this cure-all medicine, and she does a couple of trades, one with Pierce Brosnan at first, and then with Liam Neeson, and that um, um, goes on to the end of the film with the final showdown. But that whole sort of section of the movie is kind of eerie and weird, and the music during those scenes is sort of the same vibe. But it's a really good film. Has a very strong cast, like I said. My old friend Michael Wincott is also in the film. The gruff-voiced, gravelly-voiced Michael Wincott is in the movie as one of the the band of 5 men that Liam Neeson is with, chasing after Pierce Brosnan. Um, Tom Noonan is in the film. He plays a priest. Yeah, and Anjelica Huston makes a nice appearance, like I said, at the end of the film. Even, what's her name? Angie Harmon plays Liam Neeson's wife. So yeah, Seraphim Falls, really good Western, underrated flick from 2006 with Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan. If you haven't seen it and you like Westerns, if you like The Revenant especially, it's kind of similar, has very many similarities. So yeah, there you have it. Seraphim Falls, my pick for Liam Neeson week. Make sure you check out the videos from the rest of the guys this week. And I also want to echo the sentiments of Alan yesterday and say a fond farewell to our friend RAYDVD. Always did great reviews on Sundays. I always look forward to watching his videos. Always picked interesting movies to review. Even though sometimes it wasn't always easy to understand him with that thick Scottish accent. But Ray, best of luck to you if you're watching this. And it was great having you as part of the channel. Yeah, it was a pleasure to be part of the channel with you. So thank you for watching as always, and until next week, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.